chat though to know if this is working correctly. And this is, it says I'm live. Doesn't tell me how many people I have. Let me message somebody. Oh, people are coming in. Okay. Hey, Amy Jo Kastner. Hey, Gabby. All right, you guys. So I'm broadcasting directly from Restream. I've been using a third party. I like 3 ways. I've been using a third party broadcasting system this whole time. I think originally Restream wasn't able to stream directly from it when I first started it like a year ago. And now they have the live studio within it. So it looks like, hey, Grant, how are you? Hey, Steven, how are you? So it looks like I can broadcast straight from Restream, which OBS was the reason why all my videos were dropping. So I'm thinking that I might have just circumvented the whole dropping issue. I would love, Tammy's over on YouTube, so now that just answers to me. Yes, Tammy, I do. That would be perfect. That lets me know that YouTube is coming through. Good. Oh, I'm excited about this. I didn't know I could just broadcast directly from Reese. I'm so dumb. I'm gonna have to adjust cameras though. You guys are gonna have to bear with me while I figure out, this is the first time I've even tried this. So I need to figure out where my cameras are. Where are my cameras at? And I will for you, Tammy, just give me one moment because I gotta get the camera turned on and rearranged. So hopefully I can, that says disable camera. I didn't check all this before I did this. So I need to figure out how I can, nope, that's not what we want. That wouldn't be it. Okay, hold on guys. If I lose you, I will be back on via the old way because I know that my cameras are workable that way, but I feel like, no, I don't want to leave. Cancel that. Why can't I get settings maybe? Settings, audio processing, Microsoft camera front, Microsoft camera front. I'm gonna bring this around. Shit. This is a little bit awkward at best, but it'll have to do for now. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I should have been more prepared for this, but I'm not, so... That's not the best either. Let me see. Oh my god. Come on, Becky. You can do it, Becky. Oh, shit. Alright, let me see. That's not great either, because then that takes light off of me. Can you guys hear me now? Can somebody confirm whether or not you can hear me? That would be no audio. Don't worry, we're figuring this out. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah? Is that there you go, meaning my audio is working? No sound when you switch the cams. Yeah, because it's, all right, so this is not the best camming version because the cam is literally right here above my hand. I might actually hit the cam and knock it over a couple of times, but we're gonna try it this way. This is not, let's just say this isn't the most ideal configuration, but it's the only way I can flip the cams at this point until I learn this program. Does that work? Okay, so oh good. Hey Susan, how are you? Okay, so, all right, awesome. Yeah, now the box should be right up, and actually, you guys should actually be able to see the letters correctly. Don't mind my big joint of sage here. Speaking of which, why don't we light a little bit? Just for the hell of it. Just for the fun of it. Let's just sage off this board. Sage off any goofy energy that I might have. Although we do like my goofiness, I think. I certainly do. I think others enjoy it too. I think I liberate you all to be a little bit goofy in your own world, and that's okay. A little bit of goofiness never hurt anybody. So, did anybody catch my Twin Flame Soulmates reading? I know some of you did. I know Gabby saw some of it or loved it. But you guys, please check it out. It's on the business page. Here's a little sage for you guys. It's on the business page. I'm just going to sage the charms a little bit. It's on the business page. I did it through Restream, and it did not seem to take to YouTube, which I'm pissed. So it didn't go and make it to YouTube, which I'm upset about. I'm hoping that maybe it's still uploading. Maybe it's a glitch on YouTube's end, and it will actually show up there tomorrow. But for those of you that are looking for it, it's on my business page, and it may only be there. I'll do other ones, but I'll do them directly through Restream like this, and hopefully it will be, there won't be more issues. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if it was a Restream issue, OBS issue, YouTube issue. All right, so let's put that out. Let's move these all the way. Let me get my trusty pointer. Good old trusty pointer. That's actually one of my drag names is Trusty Pointer. I wish this was higher up and this camera wasn't in the way of my hand. Okay, Miss Tammy Sylvester. Hey, Marita, how are you? Tammy Sylvester. And you guys, please like and share out this video. I have not shared it anywhere. So please share out this video to Lightworkers Live feed. Share it out to, you know, Archangel and the Legion of Light. Share it out to the Galactic Federation of Light group. Share it out to any sort of reading groups that you belong to where it's allowed, please. I need you guys to carry me and share me all over town, please. Help me to build my audience. So, Miss Tammy Sylvester, she is here. Coming in as David Mary. Wait, what? Thank you, Karen Stringer, about the Twin Souls reading. Thank you very much. Cleanse that shit. Exactly, Brittany. Yes, cleanse that shit. I am going to try, you guys, I'm going to try and be back on every Sunday for Charmings. Just one day a week, but just do it on Sundays, only because I've been really lagging. Since COVID started, I think COVID threw me for much more of a loop than I realized. Like, I got really spooked by all of it. So we're going to do a general for Tammy Sylvester. Hey, Jen Nichols, how are you? If you want to cash in your Charming for July, Jen Nichols, you can certainly do so. I am going to try and be on Sundays to do this. So you don't have to cash it in tonight if you don't want to, but if you're going to be here for a while, you certainly can, and then I can knock you off my list. Oh, before I do that, let me light a candle to let Spirit know I'm ready to work. Come on, Spirit knows anyways. I got Spirit fingers. See? Woo. All right. Okay, so we're ready to go? Oh, okay. You were letting Mary know she's on her date with me. I didn't see her. Hey, Summerlin Heath. Hey, Rachel McIntyre. How are you? And I saw somebody else that I wanted to say hello to. Chile, I think. I saw Chile in there. Hi, Chile. Your comments on that already. All right, so I'm going to look for Miss Tammy. Miss Tammy, you're going to right now. See, this is the problem because the cord is over there. I have to go like around the cord to get the charms onto the board. It's really kind of awkward. I'll have to figure this out. I'll figure out a better camera configuration at some point, guys. So that I would love to get this camera just slightly higher and so that it's not like that it's more above. But oh shit, I better not start fucking with it now, huh? All right. It was better before, wasn't it? The view on the screen. Okay, so you have a W, you have an I, you have a D, and we have an A. W-A, Wade. Could be made if we wanted to mess with that W, even though we know that W is supposed to be a W. The numbers on the letters is a 4, 6, 7, and an 8. We're doing just a general reading, so let's look at this. What do we have here? All right, I'm going to say this right out of the gate, Tammy. I feel like there is some sort of, I kind of feel like it's a mixture of good and bad as I'm looking at this stuff. I feel like you don't feel 100% clear on things. Part of the reason why I feel that is we have this clear stone here. It feels like it's not... This is one of the chakra stones, but to me it's flipped over, and it's on clear quartz, which makes me think that possibly you don't feel like your intuition is very clear right now, or that you can't trust it. And that's also this doubtful. It says doubtful here. It is upside down, but it's face up on the word doubtful. And it's sitting over this love charm, this swan, which represents his grace. And then we have this other charm here that says inspire. But it is flipped over, right? So we've got this doubtful energy or this doubtful charm kind of sitting on top of these 3 charms here. Now, I feel like this is a little bit in the present mind, but also kind of moving towards the past. These charms feel like they're moving off that way. I do see this 3 here, which I think that this might represent as you, your daughter, and possibly another person. This might be your gentleman caller friend. I'm not sure. I kind of get a feeling that there might be things like... When I'm looking at this, and you'll have to tell me later after I'm more done, Tammy, but I kind of feel like things might be a little bit better, but they're still not great, is the feeling that I get. This center charm here says, believe in your dreams. I don't know how well you can see that because the camera feels sort of far off. It says, believe in your dreams. It is sort of upright. So I kind of feel like you're going back and forth between believing in these dreams and being doubtful of them. Up in the higher mind, we have this clear quartz, which is flipped on its belly, which says to me that maybe you're not feeling very clear or able to access clear information around it. And that's why I think that this 3rd dot on this die is possibly your that guy that you were talking to a while back, because this love charm is underneath here with the inspiration charm. I also feel like this is sort of around like the kind of your central focus is around the family with this 3. We have this key here, and to me that feels like this is sort of the key to your happiness, the key to, like, you know, if everything's okay with your daughter and then maybe with him, you would kind of be able to sort of be happy again. Underneath here, underneath this believe your dreams, which is on its face, says to me, this is the 2 dolphins. This is like the child's ring. It was a plastic ring. I tore the back off of it so it can lay flat like a charm. But this is always a signifier of being like a child or remembering to play in life. And when it's upside down like this underneath here, to me, it just feels like this is waiting to come in. This charm feels like it's sort of like you're not allowing yourself to be like a kid just yet. Like, I kind of get the feeling that this could happen in the future, coming soon, like very soon future. But it's about sort of remaining positive, staying focused on that positivity, keeping this focus around the 3 of you, or the sort of the happiness. If this 3rd person or this, you know, 3rd counterpart is not this gentleman, you can let me know that, but I kind of feel like it might be, only because we have this love charm up here. Down here in the bottom, we have the rubber snake. This is more the subconscious stuff, so I think that this might be doubts and fears that are circulating in your subconscious. You have Mary here. She's upside down and face down. And to me, this feels like, in some ways, I don't know. I wonder if you're questioning yourself right now. And that's odd to me because you don't strike me as that type of a woman, Tammy. But when I look at this, I feel like this might be sort of doubt in one's self, like getting down on yourself is kind of the sense that I feel with this. Like maybe there's some voices in your head that are saying to me, saying to you, like, because when I look at this Mary like this, I kind of feel like, is Tammy riding herself hard or being critical of herself? Because it kind of feels like that energy to me. Like what I want to say is I feel like you should be honoring yourself like the Mother Mary, you know, for all of the things you do, but you might be feeling critical of yourself at a deeper level. And that's why she's sort of turned over. Like, I feel like maybe you're not chastising yourself, but kind of feeling like, oh, I could have done better, or I should be stronger, or it's that sort of an energy to me. And I think that that's something that's almost like a game that you might, not a game, I don't want to say it's a game. You're actually like legitimately believing it. But it's like it needs to be let go of because this Mother Mary energy is here. It's kind of like who you really are when you kind of don't judge yourself and don't get in your own way in a way. And when you're like down on yourself or maybe feeling a little bit critical, I think that's when this rubber snake or these sort of fears, these worries, these anxieties that aren't really that important or they wouldn't normally take as much of your energy, they kind of creep up and start to get up into the fray of all the other charms. And I feel like it's almost too, when you look at where Mother Mary's head is, it's right at the tail of the snake. It's almost like these rubber snakes are coming out of your own mind. Do you see that? So that's something to think about. And this is down in like the subconscious area. So if you're feeling critical of like maybe, you know, yourself or others for like things that aren't necessarily making you feel good, be mindful of that right now, because I think that it's not serving you. It's actually undermining you a little bit. This charm here, let's see what it says. This is, okay, so this is next. Remember what I was just saying about that snake? This says, dwell on the good things and all good things will come to you. Okay? And it was face down like that next to the snake. So to me, it's like, I almost feel like there's a battle right now for your attention. Some of it is between being doubtful and sort of not feeling very clear. And some of it is trying to believe in your dreams, trying to channel this belief that if you focus on the good stuff will come. This central 3 here to me feels like it's very much your present focus, and that feels really good to me. But I feel like there's something that's off with it. Like that's this key. Like it's the key to your happiness. You know that if you took it, if you could get it to kind of all balance out, if you could feel clearer on it, you would be happier. Everything would sort of balance out. You are doing the best you can with this swan under here, in the sense that I feel like you are trying to handle things with grace. Again, also swan is a very familial animal, like very protective of its family. So that also adds to this focus of this number 3 here. The one good thing I want to say is I like that this sort of belief, dwell on good things and good things will come to you, is in your consciousness with this believe in dreams, as you sort of begin to sort of channel more of that energy, even if it's just for you and your daughter, and play a little bit more, like flip this charm and get this play available to you. You move into the future with what appears to be the heart chakra in the higher mind. To me, it's more love focused. It's more balanced. It's definitely healing. It feels clearer. It feels like you're in your sort of high mind and operating from your heart in the future. So I feel like it's a good outcome with this being the outcome, and even these things sort of being more in the future. They're just not quite here yet because you're kind of battling the doubts and fears of your subconscious that are sort of getting in your way. And I feel like it's kind of taking away your own power in some ways, because that Mother Mary to me speaks to like the idea that that's who you are. When you're not maybe being critical of yourself or hard on yourself. And so I want you to be kinder to yourself right now. And that's this, like when we look at these letters, it comes to a number 8, which 8s always represent sort of balance to me. So bringing yourself back into harmony and balance. And what I want to say is also with some of these charms, they're on the board. That means that their energy or their gifts are available to you. So this clear third eye chakra up in the high mind, all we have to do is like allow it to be, and it flips over and it comes into play. And we start to gain that clarity. We can start to release some of this doubt and let this doubt sort of go. And this could be doubt in him. This could be doubt in you. I mean, this is a tough time for everybody, right? This is doubt about the future of everything, really. Like, we're kind of like, is COVID sticking around? Is it going to change? We're opening, we're closing. I mean, all of that stuff on a global scale or on a, even in our own country or our own state is having an effect on us, right? And so we might have higher expectations of ourselves during trying times. And I feel like that might be some of what this Mary Snake energy is that like you might be kind of criticizing yourself or feeling like, oh, I should be holding it together better, or I don't know. To me, it has that vibe to it where it feels like it's almost like how do I want to put this? Like the rest of the world right now is undermining all of us. Don't undermine yourself during this time is what I want to say, because there is some strength and beauty here. There's the focus on the family and trying to do things the right way with this swan, with this grace, this ending with the heart, what your desires, the dreams that you have, the things that you truly want are really beautiful and pure and you deserve. And so it's hard to sort of maybe allow ourselves to have them right now when so much is going on. Can we not do this right now? Like, do you really need to be chasing the cat? It's like the minute I start talking on TV, you guys like have to start running through the house. I mean, I love each and every one of you, but come on. All right, so sorry about that, guys. So I think that this is about coming back into balance and just acknowledging the power that's in this Mother Mary, allowing her to kind of flip over and be next to this key in this family. Don't play with those cords. Get out of here. Like, go be a cat somewhere else. Quit rubbing against the dog. Quit trying to entice him. You're not a dog. You're a cat. Let me see. What else? Do I see anything else? I kind of feel like this believe in your dreams too feels like, Tammy, hold on to like the dream. Like, I know that might be harder to do at times, especially with everything that's going on in the world. But the more clarity you get in your higher mind, in your mind's eye, the better and easier this will be for you. I promise you. And there's a strength here that I feel, especially in this 3 with the key and the swan, even the love charm, all of those. There's like a purity and a strength in these charms that I feel like you have inside of you that you just need to like bring forth again. You've done it before, you'll do it again kind of thing is my feeling with these. Sorry, this camera angle is not the best, but. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. Thank you. Mary, your horns are showing. What's Mary saying? Big deal. I wouldn't roll out any carpet. I don't know what is she saying. You're welcome, Tammy. Thank you. Jen Nichols, did you want your charming? No, it's not too late, Rachel McIntyre. Do you have my PayPal? I can put it up in the room. I got to look it up on my email. Hold on 1 second. Let me just look it up. Oh, there it is. If you want to buy a charming, you can. This is my PayPal. I would love it if anybody's watching. If anybody's watching and wants to go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would so greatly appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please use this Linktree link that I just put in the chat. Go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am close to 4,000 viewed hours on YouTube, like very close. I'm 3/4 of the way there. So I've only got 1,000 more hours to go, which in the grand scheme is not a lot. But I'm only about less than halfway to the amount of subscribers I need. So I'm really trying to get YouTube subscribers. If you guys, even if you're not on YouTube all the time, it'd be great if you went over and gave me a subscription via that Linktree link. It will take you to my YouTube channel. Over there, I have a daily forecast with tarot cards that I put up every day. You'll also see other different readings and things like that. This is also broadcasted over there. But it's just hard to build a YouTube audience. So thank you, Robin, for putting that up. I appreciate that. It's $25. Hey, Punda Gaming. It's been a while. Who are you? I don't even know who you are. Did you change your name? That seems like a new name to me, Punda. So, is Jen still here? Jen Nichols, do you want to do your charming or do you want to wait? Thank you, Brittany. I just got your message for the sound. I appreciate that. I'm only going to do about an hour, guys. I'm not going to do a whole lot because I did that morning reading this morning, that twin flame soulmate reading, and it was just like, it kind of kicked my ass, to be honest. Oh, hey, Ryan. How are you? Cool. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for subscribing over on YouTube. I hope you're well too, dude. I'm afraid to switch the cameras back to my face. A, because I have the camera, like light behind me, but B, I'm also like, I'll end up cutting sound and making a big mess. Kylie, I'm not giving away free charmings. I'm just doing paid, and I'm doing the people that are my my Patreon subscribers. These are the people that I'm offering them their charmings. They are entitled to one charming a month because they subscribe at the highest level on monthly over at my Patreon page, and so they get one free charming a month. Well, it's not free because they pay for it through their subscription, but they get to cash it in, so to speak, whenever they want. During the month of July, they get one a month until we get enough people where we have so many subscribers that are entitled. Then we'll have private charm events where it will just be those viewers, just the Patreon folks. You did? Rachel, let me see. Let me make sure. I don't know if I trust you, miss. Just kidding. All right. What do you want me to charm on, Rachel? What topic? Career. Okay, that is her focus. Okay, let's see what's going on. We have a V. We have an E. No, that's a book. Sorry, I thought that was... And we have an H. So we have 8 and a 9. 9s are usually about completions out of these letters. Let me see here. What do we have going on here? We have citrine. We have transformation happening. We have Lord Vishnu. All right, I'm going to say this. I feel like there's something happening. There's something moving in the career space. I like that Vishnu's sitting here. To me, Vishnu feels like you in a sort of meditative pause. I feel like wherever you're at career-wise, let me see if I can move this just slightly over these charms. I don't like how far away this camera feels. I feel like the giant transformation or the big butterfly speaks to this idea about transforming something. You've got this citrine tumble that I have in here, which brings me to the third chakra, which is all about sort of manifestation. Our solar plexus chakras, where we sort of channel our energy into the outside world to sort of create, right? Whatever we want to make. With this transformation butterfly next to it, it feels like there's something that you've been pondering with this Vishnu here and putting together the ideas and starting to move that energy into creating the transformation. At least that's what I feel. It's going to honor you in a way that is more true to who you are. That's this Queen's crown here. It sort of feels like if we're looking at the idea of the possibility of maybe a new career or a new way of running your business, a new way of handling your business, whatever it is, it sort of feels like it's more in line with how you truly feel and what you truly need to be able to honor yourself. You have the knowledge to do that, but I kind of get the feeling that this helmet speaks to the idea that it's not going to be easy. Like there might be a little bit, not struggle per se, but you are going to need to push. I feel like there's a little bit of a pushback with this helmet. It feels like, you know, I think of like football players kind of slamming against one another. I don't mean that you're doing that in frustration. It's just more like, if you want it, you're going to have to put some effort into it. But I feel like you've got the effort, especially here in the citrine with your solar plexus being activated or being sort of a source of where you're placing your attention right now. Down here in the subconscious, this says, I don't know. Do you see that? I don't necessarily love that this is down here. To me, this feels like there could be some doubts that seep up from time to time. Some, not, I wouldn't say worries, but more like unknown. You have the believe or the breathe charm. This is kind of in the past. It feels like to me you've maybe come through some stuff that you need to breathe about or like let go, release. I feel like you might be carrying some of it still. That's why it's over, it's on its stomach, right, where we can't see the word breathe. But with this meditative Vishnu here, I feel like through sort of pondering self-reflection, sitting in your power, honoring who you are, what you want, and starting to create from that space, and remembering to breathe. And let's go through those breaths, let go of some of the experiences of the past, some of the career choices of the past, some of the doubts or whatever that could be also aiding and abetting this, I don't know, down here. If we breathe those things away and let them go, let the past go away with the breath, we can get about setting about this transformation and making it happen. Underneath here, we have the dream charm, right? And I think we can't really set up the dream yet until we breathe off the old stuff, Rachel. And so you just opened a second location, then COVID, not enough clients, still massaging, but need more. Also started my death doula certification. If I don't get more clients, I'm afraid I will have to go back to a job with the man. I get it. Okay. So here's the thing. Let me see here. I feel like what I want you to do is, I think that you need to get centered around what it is that you want. That's the power of this Vishnu charm. I like that he's face up and sitting straight up on the board like that. To me, it feels like meditation. It feels like concentrating on what we want versus what we don't want. We don't want to fear the past and having to go back to the man. That's this breathe charm. We want to breathe that bullshit away. Breathe that off. I know that you may not have enough clients right now, but there's a way to sort of do some sort of I believe that there's a transformation that takes place here. There's something that, you know, an expectation that's worthy of a queen, so to speak, that you need to kind of almost expect and allow it to come in. Like, don't fight it. That's this dream that was flipped over, right? That's this dream that we're not listening to because we're too busy going, oh my God, am I going to have to repeat the past? Oh my God, because you're carrying the past in with you. You're not releasing it with the breath. I mean, you're a massage therapist. You would know sort of how people release things, you know, even at the physical level. You probably do that work with people all of the time. This is like, we almost need to release it at the mental and the breath level, right? In the center of all of this, we have this half heart. And that's actually, I put that in there for the twin flame heart. And it's funny you commented on the twin flame video I did today. But this to me speaks to this idea of maybe only feeling half fulfilled right now. I think that it's next to this dream charm. If we start to channel the dream and believe in the dream, I think that maybe we can fill up that heart again. I think that there might be a little bit, as I look at these charms, there might be, with this breathe charm flipped over and this half heart in the center, I think that there might be different aspects or experiences throughout your life that have brought you this sort of half-heartedness or this feeling to logically be worried about what may not come to pass or what might happen. You know, because maybe you've experienced a series of letdowns and stuff. But I think that this says to me that you have the strength, the football helmet, and this says to me that you have the brains to put this together if you trust it and you believe in it and you work hard at it. That's that kind of crunch of the football players that I feel. It's not that it's going to harm you, it's not going to hurt you, but it might take some oomph, right? Some like, get in there. But you have the skill set, you have the knowledge, you have the book, you have the strength even with the football player helmet. You know how to play the game. We want to flip this dream over, right? And we want to stay focused on it and let like the I don't knows go away, right? We want to breathe them off of us and start to manifest and create from this place of transformation, honor, beauty, nobility, that you deserve this, that you're entitled to this, that you are gifted at what you do, treating yourself sort of like a queen in this situation, putting yourself first, not fearing going back to work for the man, that kind of a thing. I think all of that stuff is important right now for you to find your way through this, but I think that Vishnu gives you the clarity to do that, the strength and the clarity for sure. So that's kind of what I see there. I feel like you have all the opportunity with that transformative butterfly. That's the big butterfly and Vishnu, coupled with the third solar plexus chakra, coupled with the crown. There's an opportunity. Even the crown could represent as wealth, right? Riches. So you can transform this. I feel like you have the strength, you have the knowledge. So this I don't knows down here, we need to get rid of them. Because they're sort of like almost like it feels like these are sort of spinning in a circle. Do you see that? And then they're all spinning on top of this I don't know. Like, okay, there we go. There you go. Your problem's fixed. Get rid of that shit in your subconscious, Rachel. Believe the dream, breathe out the old stuff, breathe out the memories, be patient with yourself. And also the other thing too about all of this is remember that with this unknown of COVID that we're all struggling through, that is so fucking scary, it is this opportunity that there's this unknown. Like what I've been noticing in the charmings that I have been doing is in this space that I have, like you're almost getting like as much information from where the spaces are now in the charmings as I do from where the actual charms are. So to me, this says that as this stuff spins around in your present time moment where you're trying to transform yourself, you're trying to run it through your solar plexus, you're trying to honor yourself and be strong and do these things and doing it all from a place where, you know, let's be honest, all of our hearts are breaking, right? There's this half heart here where we may have had a lifetime of, you know, expectations and maybe some have gone off and some haven't, and we carry that with us. But on top of it, we're looking at a world that is like suffering right now in a lot of different ways on all sides of the street, right? Like everybody's struggling right now. And so it's hard to sort of stay focused on our dream. But what I see in a lot of my charmings is that the future is very open for creation, because I feel like COVID and all of the things that we're dealing with, even the race wars and all of the craziness right now, it's forcing us to live more in the present moment than we've ever had to in the past. It's not allowing us to bank on the fact that we can just zombie our way through the next 2 weeks expecting a certain result and, you know, kind of just doing life with our eyes, with a blindfold over our eyes. That's how we've been living, with a certain expectation that, oh, my job will be there and this will be there and da 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 da. Now it's not that way. And that's pushed most of humanity into this more present time frame of mind. And it's scary because I believe, honestly, we're probably learning as spirits how to reside a little bit more in the present time so that we can create from this space, which is what I see going on in your charms right here. And that's why nothing is determined out here as of yet, because it's like, what does she do with this right now? And there's also a release of the past that needs to take place too for you. And you'll move forward. And to me, like, I see a very clean board here with very positive charms. The only kind of, I wouldn't even call it an issue, but the only thing that's not being accessed right now is we weren't really hearing the dream because we might have been carrying along the fear of having to go back to the past too much. So we breathe our way through that fear, we release that fear, right, and send it off way into the past, and we open up to the dream. The dream is green and healing. It should be the basis for all of the movement forward that we do right now. And that is how I think that you have actually really strong potential for making whatever it is that you want. Karen, did you just buy it? I see that I have a payment from you. Did you just buy a charming, Karen? And it's like we all have it too, Rachel. That's the thing too, is like sometimes there's so many of us with it right now. Like, I mean, everybody I think has it to a degree. So it's kind of hard to even know what's ours and what belongs to the world, right? Those of us that are more open or sensitive and we're picking up just the energies of the fear of everybody in the world right now. You can't even like turn on the news without them pumping you through with fear. I just was looking on Facebook and there was some video of a guy that was getting attacked in the woods by a bunch of people over 4th of July weekend. I was like, what the fuck is going on in the world? Like, I can't even watch it. Like, it's just wild. So it's like, wonder why we're all like in doubt and fear and unknown right now. We need to be able to sort of support each other when we can and depend on one another as best we can. Hopefully we'll get there. So do you need to take a picture of this, Rachel? Are you guys there or did I lose everybody? Oh God, did I lose everybody? Are you still with me? Karen, are you there? I can't tell if anybody's there. Are you guys there? Did I lose everybody? I think I might have lost everybody, or I lost the Facebook connection, maybe? You're personally just lurking. Awesome, Courtney. I love a good lurker. Thank you, dear. I think I'm only live on on YouTube at this point. I think I lost my Facebook audience. I think it might have dropped from Facebook. I'm not sure because nobody's commenting from Facebook. So I can't tell. And it looks like I'm looking on my Facebook to see, and it looks like I only have 5 viewers. So I think I might have lost everybody that was watching on Facebook. Oh, Jesus. It's Mercury retrograde, people. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, you're on YouTube. I can tell you're on YouTube. Okay, Karen, you're here. All right, I'm going to clear this board because I can't see if Rachel got it. And I am going to do Karen's really quick in case I lose everybody, which I don't want to. Sometimes my internet is not great. Karen, what did you want yours on? I saw your comments, but I just want to be sure. Can you tell me what you wanted your charming to be on? That's a bummer. I guess I lost all my Facebook viewers. That's a no bueno situation. Oh, one day I'll get this right. One day. Damn you, Mercury retrograde. Damn you. No, Andrew just chimed in. Okay, so Andrew's lurking over there, judging me silently, wishing he had a carrot cake. So that just means nobody's watching me. That means, you know what, they realized that the readings weren't free, so they all walked out of the room. That's sad. But, it happens. Judy. Doris, I only am taking payment for charmings. I'm only doing readings, paid readings tonight. So I'm waiting for Karen to tell me what her topic is, and then I'll do her charming. I know, it's like, I just can't do free all the time. I have to pay my bills too, guys. I don't mean to be mean or whatever, but I gotta make my money too. I'm doing K Harmer. I'm actually doing charmings tonight for purchase. So, and I don't necessarily charm third parties because they're not here and I don't have their permission. So I'm sorry that your son is in a dark place, but I can't help him through a charming because he's not the one requesting. Does that make sense? Okay, Karen. So what did you want your subject to be on, dear? I see that you just said yes. Hey, Claudette McIntosh, how are you? Oh, it's quiet times on YouTube with Dan Geist. Karen, honey, are you there? It must be the lag. It's bad. This is taking forever. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. For charmings are $25 here live on, I do them here for live thing. This is sort of like, it's just a public charming, so that's why it's $25. If you get a private reading with me, those are $50 for an hour over the phone via either Facebook Messenger, either via video or I call you through Facebook Messenger and we do it over the phone, like just speaking to one another, depending on if, you have bad head, you don't want me to see you. New relationship, the one. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right, Karen Springer. What's going on with Karen Springer? Okay. So Karen, whoops, I knocked the camera. Sorry, guys. It's just the camera's in the way. All right, so let's see what we've got going on for. We've got I, we've got M, we've got an angel sitting on the outside. I don't know what's going on with him out here, but I'm going to leave him on the side here. He's like kind of hanging out, watching over all of this. I'm just going to say that, Karen. You've got MIT, so I don't know if your one went to MIT. It is a 5. Could be a little bit of a challenge. We've got a 3 and 2 ones, or their name could be Tim, little Timmy, little Tammers. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But all right, let me see here. Let me look at this. What's going on here? You've got another 5 here on the dice. You're extremely loyal. The bulldog is here, and domestication, like the home and the cat, is important. I don't know if you had an issue with somebody drinking or if you had maybe an issue with the drink at some point, but you have the cocktail up here in the higher mind, but it's flipped over, which says to me that it's over or this period is over for you. I don't know if like maybe you had somebody that you were with. Also, this cat flipped over sort of speaks to the idea there's an importance to the home, but right now there might be something going on. Or the home is changing, or we're needing to change the home. There's a focus on it because this cat to me feels like it's not quite the way we want it, even though there's an importance to it. This charm is I believe this is Saint Teresa of Avila, the Little Rose. She's just a saint. I can't remember what she was famous for. She's actually a relatively new charm. She's one of the newest charms that I put into the box, and I put her in, and I've forgotten what she does now. Damn it. She is a saint, so I think that that's a blessing in and of itself. When the saints show up in any of the forms that I have in the charm box, they kind of come to bless stuff. I feel like her being face down like that, she's a little bit in the background. I almost feel like, it's weird, I kind of feel like she feels sad. Like I almost feel like she cries for you. If that makes any sense, Karen. I know this is about new love, the one, so I'm trying to sort that out, but I kind of feel like some of this is about old love. I feel like and this loyalty, this bulldog is sort of like you've been loyal to a situation for far too long that's been no good for you or that needs to change or is in the process of changing and being left behind. That's this five here. We also see that five here in these letters. I see that this like sort of archangel is like looking over everything from the outside looking in. And this is Uriel, and I believe he is the archangel of transformation. So there is this big change coming, and it speaks to why he's on the sidelines, maybe cheering you on. I kind of get this feeling that, like Karen said, like somewhere at a soul level, no way, I want to do it, let me do it. The turtle here to me represents sort of Mother Earth. Also, it can represent our home in the way that a turtle carries its home on its back. This turtle's on its back feeling a little bit vulnerable to me right now. So this might be you in some ways, the representation of you. It feels like you might feel a little bit like vulnerable or raw, like you're exposed a little bit. I don't think that you mind that, but it's not necessarily exactly how you want to be. Let me see this is the Egyptian button, which is like ancient knowledge or awareness. It's flipped over. It's underneath this five. I almost feel like the change that's taking place or the change that has taken place in the recent past really needs to take effect, and you need to allow this knowledge to come through and adopt it, make it real, bring it up into your higher mind. Like up here is almost how I feel. You know, really operate from this place of higher knowledge, like having learned what went on here and what wasn't okay, that sort of a thing. Underneath here, we have, this says miracle. Next to the swan, which represents grace, next to the turtle, which represents Mother Earth, both are face down and upside down. So to me, it feels like I said, with this vulnerability around this turtle too, I feel like there's just a little bit of, like both of these feel vulnerable to me. What's going on here? We have one of my favorite charms. This is the heart with wings, right? It's one of the smallest charms in the box. And to me, this is about having your heart be set free, like really being desirous of that pure and true love. The ability to potentially create it or believe in it is present. I feel like that's something that you are working on right now. Underneath here, I believe this is the guardian angel charm, again, down in the subconscious sort of, face down too, which says to me, I get this feeling like you're sort of like, no, I'm going to sort this one out by myself. Because Saint Teresa's here too. She sort of weeps for you or cries for you or has watched you sort of maybe stay in a situation where it's not been the best thing for you. And because of that, she's sort of not been accessed is kind of the feeling I get. And I feel like I almost get when I look at this Uriel sitting out here, because this is where Uriel landed. It's like, you're like, no, stand over there. I know you're here. I know you'll help me when I'm ready. But right now I can deal with this. I can take care of this. I need to learn this. I need to like figure this out. And so that's what's going on. You have like the opportunity for miracles to happen here, but you're not necessarily allowing them in. You have believe. And you have dream. And dream is over the Virgo charm in the future. But what makes me a little bit nervous is the one charm that you have in your like future is the boxing glove. To me, this feels like this could be, it is in the receptive state when it's being held like this versus like this, but it is a signifier to me of fighting or arguments. I don't know if there's a significant Virgo or a Virgo you're entertaining right now or could be entertaining in the future, but there could be arguments with this said Virgo. These could also just represent arguments amongst your own self. Let me just see here. Like, I almost feel like this feels like you're being... Like, I almost want to say you're being a little bit stubborn. Like, that's because all of these charms, like believe, dream, miracle, all of these beautiful charms are flipped over, face down. right? It's like you're not letting this stuff through yet. You want it, you want the dream, you want the heart set free, you want the beauty of that, but it's like you're not willing to sort of take in that outside assistance just yet. It's like I kind of hear this like child's voice, like, I want to do it on my own kind of thing. Like, because all of these little charms with the words on them are beautiful charms. You know, believe, dream, miracle. You've got angels all around you, saints around you. There's all of this opportunity, but it just sort of feels like you're not fully believing in it as of just yet. And I think that's why I feel like this Saint Teresa maybe weeps for you a little bit, is because she wants you to see sort of the power that is in these, like in this turtle and in this swan. The turtle, remember too, just another thing that I want to say about turtle is that turtle moves very slowly, right? There's a slow and steadiness to turtle of being sure. And what you want something that's very real and pure and free. Not what you had, which I don't feel like these charms here feel free. Even the bulldog, which is also another favorite charm of mine, is about loyalty, nobility, that unconditional love, that sort of a thing. And when you've given that in the past, it's maybe gone, like hurt you or gotten you into trouble or been like forsaken. Because this bulldog is starting to flip over onto it to be upside down, right? So like some of the good qualities about what's good and right about you have been challenged through the experiences that you've gone through, is sort of the feeling that I get. And so to me, it speaks to this idea. That's sort of why Saint Teresa, the little rose, why she sort of weeps a little bit, is because it's like, don't let those things kind of take away the beauty or the strength that's within you, which is in this sort of bulldog too. There's also strength in the turtle, you know, like a turtle can pull into its shell and be safe. Wait, Saint Teresa of Avila was a Spanish Carmelite nun who lived in the 1500s. She was a mystic and author of spiritual writings and poems. She founded numerous converts throughout Spain and was the originator of the Carmelite reform that restored a contemplative and austere life to the order. She's the patron saint of headaches, people who suffer from them. Robin says she's lately had terrible headaches and vertigo. Hi, Ivana, how are you? So that's kind of my feeling. I don't necessarily see pure love in this. I see the desire for it. I see that you're like sort of prepping for it, but I kind of feel like we need to like move out some of the older stuff that needs to come out and kind of be, I don't know, like not balanced, but recalibrated is sort of the word that I'm feeling. Like I feel like this cat is sort of like the home, like we want him upright and face up. This alcohol cocktail, we almost want this gone. You know, whatever this was, this experience was with that needs to go. We need to let go of that. We want the swan upright. We want all of these miracle, dream, believe, the ability to do all of those things really happening and firing at you know, each and every place we need them, allowing the guardian angel in, asking Saint Teresa in, or allowing the saints to come in and work their magic, but also understanding that, you know, there might need to be a period of slow and steady at this time as you sort of bring in this knowledge of what you've learned, and know that when you get to what you desire, you'll be ready for it. Versus, to me, it feels like if we leave everything the way that it was, like all flipped over and not necessarily being accessed, then we end up at this future where we're with somebody and we're maybe with them just to be with them, and we end up fighting with them again, right? which you've already kind of done that. I feel like with this cat flipped over and the alcohol flipped over, it just sort of feels like we've already had those experiences. We don't want to repeat them again. Does that make sense, Karen? Did I lose her? Did I lose Karen? She's saying someone else. They may have timed out on Facebook. Can you see? Yes, I posted it again. Someone else. I'm not sure if I lost Karen. I see Facebook posts now, but now I see no YouTube posts. I don't know how this works. I hope I didn't lose Karen in the middle of a reading. I'm not sure what happened. I may have lost Karen at this point. I don't know. I know that there's been a little bit of a lag. No, there's YouTube. Okay, so Courtney's still there. Fierce, thank you, Courtney. I don't know what I would do without you, Courtney. Oh, here we go. I think that's kind of the key. Yes, Karen, exactly. She says, I need to ask and allow assistance also. And I believe that that's true. Like, that's what I feel like these charms all are. This angel, this guardian angel, this Saint Teresa of Avila, they're all around you and they want to help you. I think that you have the ability to allow that in. And like I said, even if stuff is flipped over, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's not the dream, the ability to believe in the miracles aren't present. They're here. They're able to happen for you. But you have to be sort of willing to allow them in, make the changes that you want and need to make so that you're able to receive them. Also, take in the knowledge that you've gained from like previous experiences that haven't worked for you and not repeat those things again and move on to something better is kind of my idea. I don't necessarily specifically see a certain person coming in just yet until maybe this Virgo charm. The only thing about this Virgo charm that makes me wonder is that so many of these charms are kind of flipped over and upside down and face down and all that sort of stuff. It says to me that there's a certain amount of like work and willingness, which I think you're willing to be in love. You certainly want that freedom of the heart with the wings and things like that. But you need to also work with your guides or your angels, your whatever the saints are, whoever you pray to, whatever your higher power is, and find that sort of connection so that you can kind of make sure that you have all of that together so that when and if this other person may come in, you're ready for them. Hey, April Lynn, how are you? Oh, that's funny, April. Well, you know what? You just got a free charming then, dear, if you related to a lot of it. It's possible that this stuff can reach other people, too. Hey, Margaret Patterson, how are you? Happy 4th of July to you, too, dear. Yeah, and I think that you can. I think the desire here with this heart with wings speaks to this idea that you do want that. The believe, dream, and miracle also speak to the idea that it's out there and possible for you. But I don't know that you can necessarily create the miracle. How do I want to say this? Like with these charms that were backwards or upside down before we flip them over, with the experiences of your past, and some of them I've read you personally, so I know that one thing that you went through was fairly recent, right? if those things are still lingering or those energies are still running through your system, through your energetic field, and you haven't like sort of come to terms with them, cleared them, and released them, you kind of stand more of a chance of going about repeating them than not, more often than not, especially if we go and get into something with somebody right away, right after. Do you know what I'm saying? And so to me, I feel like there's this opportunity here to flip these charms over, do this kind of connection with self and your spirit guides, your angels, that sort of thing. Bring that about, bring about this grace, bring about this connection to Mother Earth, this 5 being a change, you know, having this sort of change. We have the dual 5s both in the Scrabble tile and here. That change that comes from within, right? That where we change the habits or we change choosing the people that like maybe aren't right for us. And moving forward to something that's actually better. Hi, Lasniti. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Please like the business page, Lasniti. I do these. I'm going to be doing these every Sunday. It's called Charmings. You're welcome, Karen. Margaret Patterson, I need a Instagram lesson. You're so good at Instagram. You need to teach me how I need to be on Instagram because I have no clue on how to do it. All right, you guys, we're almost at the hour mark. I am going to sign off. Let me try and switch cameras and see if I don't cut my sound back out. Let me see. This is my first time broadcasting with just Restream, which I think is better because it doesn't drop as much as OBS, but can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me now? No sound? Okay. Hold on. Oh my God. Wait. Does that work? Wait. I'm confused. Some of you are saying yes and some of you are saying no. Okay, so there's no sound now? All right, let me go back. Communications. That doesn't do anything there. Oh, fuck. What was that? No, it's my sound has gone out, you guys. I know. No. I don't know what to do. Microsoft camera front. Is that what I want? All right, and then